We are discussing the big news that Mo Salah will leave at the end of the season on a free. talkSPORT chief football correspondent Alex Crook, he joined Kickoff this evening. He said he wasn't exactly shocked by the news of Salah's departure.
It does feel like a change in the guard at Anfield. Am I surprised that Mo Salah is leaving at the end of the season? No, is the answer to that question, because I always felt it was quite an uneasy truce between him and Arne Slot after that fallout towards the back end of last year when he was dropped from the starting 11. Obviously made that bombshell revelation to reporters that there was no relationship between him and manager. The timing is interesting. Obviously, it's an international break, so maybe Salah has just decided now is the right time to make that announcement.
You are shocked.
No, I'm not. No. No.
You're shocked he's going on a free.
No, that's the bit that shocks me.
Yeah.
He's going on a free. That I can't get my head around that. If you both want to part ways, fine. There's a reason he got a 2-year contract. You don't give a player of his age a 1-year contract and expect a fee. You don't. 2-year contract tells me that Liverpool were after a fee at the end of it, and then you reassess. And everyone's in the same position. Everyone knows where they're at. I just don't get it. I just don't get Liverpool's stance on this one.
Okay, let's go to Scott. He's a Liverpool fan. All right, Scott.
Not Scotty.
Hi, guys. How you going?
I'm good. What do you make of this then, Salah leaving on a free?
Yeah, I think there's a few points, actually, which are quite interesting. I don't agree with Jason about the Trent thing, because we actually offered Trent a 350 grand a week. That's a hefty sign-up, but he wanted to go to Madrid, so I think that's redundant, to be honest.
Should have done that earlier, though, shouldn't you, really?
But it doesn't matter. He didn't want to stay, Jason.
No, we should have done it
He
earlier.
wanted to go to Madrid.
No, but give him a contract 2.5 years.
He wanted to go to Madrid, so that we could do.
No,
so
but give him
give him a point. It's a completely different point.
No, it's not. You brought it up.
You brought it up, so getting it wrong as always.
No. Here's the thing. When he's got 3 years left...
There's no thing. We offered him a contract. He didn't want to
When did you offer it to him? When did you offer it to him?
We offered it to him about 3 or 4 times, different contracts.
No, when? I didn't ask how many times. I said when.
I went in the negotiation room.
No,
Jason.
when? Give me a date.
Did you definitely offer him 350 grand a week?
Yes, we did.
Wow.
We'll offer him 2.5 years into...
You did just say you wasn't in a negotiation.
It's a fact. Yeah. You can just look it up. It's easy to see.
You haven't got a date, though. That's convenient.
So, there you go. Yeah. So, that's redundant. So, you're talking about your...
No, it's not redundant. No, it's not redundant. It's not redundant.
It is.
Listen,
it is.
No, I have to come back at you. If you're going to say something, right?
No, because you got it wrong.
No, okay.
Again,
let me. Okay.
You don't know about our club. You don't know what was done. We
okay. You weren't in the room any more than I was. Here's what you don't do. Here's what you don't do.
So, it's completely separate. So, we can't give the Salah money to Trent.
Scott,
didn't want to
shush.
Here's what you don't do. You don't let a player get in his last year of his contract. Whose fault's that?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about now?
Listen, you brought Trent up, right?
What are you talking about?
Listen, don't start having a pop at me. I wasn't in the negotiation rooms, right? Ain't my fault he didn't sign.
On national radio.
And it ain't my
getting things wrong on national radio.
It's not my fault that he left on a free. Don't have a pop at me. Okay.
Yeah,
here's what you don't.
You're getting it wrong. You're getting it wrong. So stop to get your facts right.
Here's what you don't do.
The fact was he left on a free.
Here's what you don't do.
You're saying why didn't we give the Salah money to Trent?
Here's what you don't do.
What are you actually talking about? Does it make any sense?
Here's what you don't do. You don't let a player leave on a free. Whose fault's that?
You don't let a player leave on a free.
Whose fault's that?
What do you mean you don't let a player leave on a free?
Whose fault that he left on a free?
What do you mean whose fault was it? We offered him contracts.
Whose fault?
What were we supposed to do?
Whose fault?
He only wanted to stay. He only wanted to go to Madrid.
Whose fault?
Whose fault? Got a fee for Trent.
Whose fault's that?
Got a fee for Trent.
Whose fault's that,
Scott? Scotty, look, in the grand...
Whose fault? Whose fault?
Answer the question.
Scott, I'm going to answer the question.
Answer the question.
Scott.
Whose fault was it, Scott?
He only wanted to go to Madrid. How can
No, but Scott, listen, this is the problem that Liverpool have. They're not controlling the narrative, right? Listen, in the modern day, Scott, shut up and let us talk. All right, we're trying to have a conversation.
You're talking rubbish, though.
Honestly, when you control the narrative as a football club, you give people long-term contracts. That's why you control the narrative. Whether he wanted to go to Madrid or not, right? Liverpool didn't control the narrative because they didn't get him to sign a new deal. Now, whether he wanted to sign a new deal, but that's the whole point of negotiation. You get him to sign a new deal. You make him that marquee player. You give him the money that he wants, and you don't let him go to Madrid because you make sure it gets done. The problem is you allowed him to get into the last year of his contract, and then he went behind your back and went to Madrid, and now you all hate him for it. Right?
We get a fee for him if he only wants Madrid.
Sorry?
How can we get a fee for him if he only wants Madrid?
Because this is what clubs
Because
do.
what?
When a player
No,
gets
it's
in
not.
their 2 years
it's not.
contract,
We
if
can't
they
just
don't
sell
sign
him
a new deal, they sell him. You didn't. You kept him, hoping that he would sign a new deal, and he didn't. And he went, see you later.
We can't sell him to a club he doesn't want to go to that would have paid a fee. So what are you talking about?
Oh,
Madrid
my
knew.
God.
Madrid knew he's the only club that he would go to. So they just waited for him to wind down his contract. That's why we as fans were fed up with Trent, because we knew what he was doing. He tried to gaslight us when he scored against West Ham and cupped his hands to his ears.
You didn't control the narrative.
He
You didn't control the
He
narrative.
absolutely gaslighted us.
No, you
can't
didn't
question
control the
me,
narrative.
a Liverpool fan on my own club, when I know actually what went on. Because you can't get a fee for him if you only wanted Madrid.
But you can get a fee for him. Because
No,
you
you
demand a
can't,
fee
because he
for
only
him.
wanted Madrid. He only wanted Madrid. So what are you talking about?
Scott, honestly, mate, honestly, you're living in a world that doesn't exist. What you do as a football club, you make sure when he enters 2.5 years into his contract, he signs a contract. Once you start approaching that 18-month period, you start to plan. Liverpool had their pants
And
pulled
we
down.
did, and he literally gaslighted us.
Don't
saying
be
he was
that
gonna be the
naive.
future
Sol
captain.
Campbell
He was
did.
going to be the future captain. He wanted to be the Ballon d'Or
Scott,
winner at us and all the rest of it. And then he went to Madrid. We knew
Scott,
what he was
cry
doing.
me a
And
river.
that's why when he
Cry me a river, Scott.
Oh, you didn't get a deal done, did you?
Don't come on
You didn't get the
national
deal
radio.
done. You dropped,
can't say on
Scott. You
national
dropped the
radio
ball.
your
You
facts are
dropped the ball on Trent, and you've dropped the ball on Salah.
What have we dropped on Salah? Tell me.
Well, because you paid him 400 grand a week on a 2-year
Right.
deal,
But
and he's
what have we
left.
dropped? But what have we dropped? I don't understand.
We
What's
could have
the
got
point
100
there now?
million for him.
We could have got 100 million for who? Salah.
Yeah.
Why would we have done that when he stayed and he just literally the season after he just won us the league? What are you talking about? He just literally won us the league last season with his goals and assists. He was top scorer and top assists.
So did
what
Trent.
are you going on about now?
So did Trent.
And what's top scorer and top assists?
So did
No, it
Trent.
wasn't. Look at no, it's Salah. It was actually Salah. What are you
Did
talking about?
Trent win you the title last season?
Salah won us the title
did
last
Trent?
season.
Did Trent?
Salah won us the title last season. Look at the stats. Look at the season Salah had. Look at the season Salah had.
Did Trent?
What about Trent?
Did he?
What is this got to do with Trent anyway? You said at the start.
You brought up Trent.
Yeah, because you said Salah money should have gone to Trent.
Scott.
That makes no sense.
Scott,
that makes
has
no
Trent?
sense.
Let me ask. Okay, let me break this down, right, for the idiots in the cheap seats. Did Trent get a Premier League winners medal last season? Did Trent get a Premier League winners medal last season? Yes or no?
Don't know. Can't remember. And what's that got to do with anything to do with Salah? That's the whole point. That is the whole point.
I don't know where to go with that one. Scotty,
Yes, go on. But on Salah, listen, if you want my honest opinion on Salah, right, the reason why I don't think we're getting a fee, okay, and let's just have an honest, is because I think we're allowing him to probably sign for a European club. Because at the end of the day, no one's going to pay 50, 60, 70 million as a European club and give him 400 grand a week.
Why would you allow him to sign to a European club?
But I think for the 9, because he's not going to go, let's face it, where he's at in his career. I don't personally, I might be wrong, but I don't personally think he's going to go to an Arsenal, a City, a Bayern.
Okay, but why would Liverpool let him go to a European club?
Because he's given us 9 years of unbelievable. He's been arguably the best sign in Premier League history. One of, right? He's been arguably our best top 3 player behind Gerrard and Dalglish. So, in my opinion. So what I'm saying is,
I get he's been a loyal servant. I get that, right? I can understand it.
But you never know.
Do you think Liverpool sit there? Do you think Liverpool sit there and go, oh, you know what, Mo? Yeah, you know what? You've done 9 years. You've been a great servant, right? We're going to let you go and sign for Real Madrid.
Look how much
we're going to let you go and sign for Barcelona.
No,
right?
He's not going to sign for those teams.
You just said a European team.
By the way, Scott knows a lot. Scott knows a lot.
Other European teams.
What? He's not going to go and sign for Leipzig, is he?
But listen, we've got 400 grand off our books a week next season, right?
Well done. Well done for that. Why didn't you give it to Trent?
We offered 350 and he said no.
Well, offer him 400 then. He might have said yes.
He would have said no. He only wanted Madrid.
How do you know? How do you know if he said no, yes?
Jason.
Yeah. Go on.
Be honest with yourself. You think Trent wanted to stay at Liverpool over Madrid? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it depends what. Yeah. I'll answer that question. I'll answer that question. 3 years ago, no. A year ago, yes. 3 years ago, no.
Not at all.
No.
He wouldn't have stayed us.
Listen,
simple as that. He wanted to go to Madrid.
Let me ask you. Final question. Is Trent Alexander-Arnold a Liverpool legend?
Is Trent Alexander-Arnold a what?
You heard the question. Don't fence with
No, I
me.
didn't.
Give me a
Repeat
straight
it.
answer.
I didn't
Yes
hear
or
what you
no?
said.
It's a simple question. It
What's the
demands a
question?
simple answer.
What's
Is
the
Trent a
question?
Liverpool legend? Yes or no?
No. Well, he's not.
All right, Scott, listen, mate. Thanks for your call. I appreciate it.
Except we'll have Van Dijk as a legend, first Premier League title. He'll have Salah, first Premier League title, won everything. Won the same. Since Trent's left, they won nothing.